The Joe Rogan Experience.
I just love guys like him and Harlan's one of those guys too, that their comedy is very specific to them. Like Brody was a great example of that. Brody's comedy is so specific to Brody. Like if you say 818 till I die, like why is that funny to you? But to you and I, you immediately got a smile thinking about Brody saying it.
Yeah.
His comedy was so specific to him. I was a male model in Pakistan. I was on the cover of Camel Beat. Oh, he was so funny. We would ask him to do those jokes too. Like, please do the male model joke. Like, you'd yell out to him, Brody, did you ever do any modeling? Funny ask.
Yeah.
Rogan, supportive.
I go, Brody, how did you get to the store tonight? La Cienega, north. Took it to San Vicente. He would just say names of roads in L.A. for 5 minutes.
And it was funny for whatever reason.
Yeah.
God, I miss that guy.
He was like, to me, it was always like he was trying to make people laugh, and he was also trying to blow himself up. He was trying to fill himself up.
Yeah.
It was like he was doing self-affirmations with his comedy. He wasn't boasting. He was trying to convince himself that he was good enough to be up there.
Forever in my office, I had a laminated photo that said Office Depot Employee of the Month, and it was Brody. And he took this photo. It was like what he was using as a headshot.
That's great.
And I kept it just to give you a smile while I was writing. I put it up on my little cork board.
Wow.
See if you can find that, man. I needed to get another one of those. I don't know what the fuck happened to it.
When he died, I don't think I've ever seen a turnout for a comedian dying.
Is that it?
The way his
Found it?
memorial
That's
was.
it. That's exactly it.
Oh, that's
that was
great.
laminated in my office. Please do me a favor and print that up, and let's get that turned into another one that I put in my office. Because I somewhere in the move from this studio, from the old studio to this studio, I lost it. But I always had that in my office, so just to look at, just because Brody was just so Brody.
Yeah, he was just open, raw.
And he was one of those guys where you really have to be there. You have to see him.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't translate. No one translates 100. That's a dirty little secret about comedy specials. You don't translate 100% of what you're experiencing when you're in that room. That's why your writing has to be even sharper.
Yeah.
And your act outs have to be even sharper. Everything has to be tightened down. Because you're not experiencing the physical presence of all the audience members and the comedian all in this room together, because it's an intangible, right? So if like going to see you live at the Wilbur Theater, if that's 100%, watching you on Netflix is like 80%.
Yeah.
You take away all the other people. There's no other people there. It's just you. You can pretend they're there, but they're not there. So you don't have that feeling of being in a public place with a bunch of other people, which lights you up. And then you don't have the comic that you came to see right in front of you. You don't have that.
Yeah.
You don't have the air. You're all sharing the same air. You're all in the room together. You feel each other in some sort of a weird way. So it's like 20% of every show. But with Brody,
there's also the
it was even
momentum
more.
of like, if you come to a comedy show, you're surrounded by people that have an agenda to laugh. They got a babysitter, they paid money, they sat down, they are motivated to laugh. And so now you're surrounded by, if you're the Wilbur Theater, you got 1,000 people that all have that energy together. You're sitting in your underwear under a blanket on a couch watching a show.
Yeah, it's 80% though, for the most part.
Yeah.
Maybe might be in the 70s, 79%.